The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And earlier we had a fact that made your brain go. That the government has 1.5 billion pounds of cheese in the mountains in Missouri for the apocalypse. Now, this started aging back in the 70s. Apparently, there was a big dairy shortage. So they started stocking up on cheese. And now it's accumulated to 1.5 billion pounds of cheese.
How did that go bad?
I guess it ages. It's at 36 degrees. It's at a very good temperature to age cheese. When you hear about that at the Jewel counter, like I want the aged cheese, I guess. And it tastes better when it's aged. So I guess it's okay.
It's confusing because I have like mozzarella in my fridge for 2 weeks and I got to toss it. So I don't understand.
I agree because your fridge is probably that temperature. And why doesn't that stay good? But somehow that cheese stays good. The aged cheese.
That's the power of Ronald Reagan. He's the one who helped fund these cheese caves.
Doesn't the cheese cave sound like a place you want to lay down in, Kenzie? I know, right?
That makes me happy.
I said earlier.
Finally, something I want my tax dollars to go towards.
Right. And it is, apparently. But I just figured I want to go in there with like a blowtorch and a bag of the El Milagro chips and just have a little fest for myself.
A little fiesta for Brian.
Yeah, I need like 17 bags of those chips because they're the best chips
ever.
ever.
Turn into a siesta real fast.
Well, I'd be by myself. But I said that earlier. Here's how I said it earlier, which caused a little bit of a, I don't know. People were I said El Milagro. El Milagro chips. El Milagro. El Milagro. El Milagro.
Yeah, let's listen to you say it twice back to back. Why are you playing yourself if you said it?
El Milagro.
There you go.
El Milagro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the best chips by far. I mean, the restaurants in Pilsen.
Is that challenging for you? You look like you're going to have a seizure when you say it.
Try it again. El Milagro.
It's just like a lot for you.
Well,
Milagro.
a lot of people said it's El Milagro. Just say it like that. But that sounds so white. I don't want to say it like that. I want to say El Milagro.
Okay, how do you say it?
El Milagro.
Jeez.
See, I don't want to sound like that. Like the white guy there.
It's not my fault. I learned Spanish in Indiana.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
He thinks he learned Spanish in Indiana and they taught him wrong.
Kenzie, my first Spanish teacher's name was Jeremy. You can't learn Spanish from a guy named Jeremy.
El Milagro. But I said it, and you know what?
It would be Jeremy, actually.
Yeah, but the problem is he said Jeremy.
Not good. Not a good start.
Hey, guys, I'm Jeremy, and welcome to Spanish class. Case, why don't you come up here?
Espanol, if you will.
It was a very beautiful moment on the show earlier, though, when Jose called in and made me honorary Hispanic. He said, you're doing fine. You're saying it just great. It's wonderful. El Milagro. Just Jose, thank you so much for checking in. Jose's checking in from Carpentersville. Jose, what up, man? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Hey, you and I met a couple years ago at the Weezer, Fall Out Boy, and Green Day concert.
Hell
I just want
yes.
to say, as a high school teacher, you did a phenomenal job, man. You are definitely an honorary Latino, so.
Oh, hell yes. El Milagro. Yes.
El Milagro, that's exactly how you say it. And by the way, when you posted a picture of myself, you and my wife, you named her Maria. Her name is Michelle. So not all Latina women are the same. Close enough.
I love you, Jose.
I love you too, man. You guys are the best.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Well, great day for baseball. Too bad the teams aren't here, but we'll get into it.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, you like that late baseball. The Cubs were up 8-0 in the sixth. And you probably know where this is going. The Padres had a 7-run inning and then 2 more in the eighth to win 9-8. That was the biggest comeback in franchise history for the Padres.
That sucked.
I mean, I was going to say congratulations, but I don't care
Why?
about them. No, the Padres, F them.
Yeah.
Now, Fernando Tatis Jr. hit the go-ahead homer. He should be on the White Sox, by the way. It made Case, the producer, upset, of course, about seeing him hit the go-ahead homer in that game.
It's wrong that a person I don't know that plays on the San Diego Padres brings me such grief, but anytime Tatis Jr. does something, I go, oh, well, that would have been nice on the White Sox, but the White Sox traded him away while he was in their farm system.
And remember why they did that again? Who'd they pick up?
They wanted an aging old James Shields. That really worked out for us.
Good call.
We want a locker room guy to help the young guys get better.
Yeah, a veteran presence, something we can, exactly. Oh, why can't we just have the nice player instead?
Why don't they instinctively just do that? go for the great player and not overthink everything to death where you talk yourself out of spending money on a great player.
You know what the White Sox should do? They should do, we just referenced Seinfeld, George pushing women and children out of the way. There's the Seinfeld where George does the opposite of everything that he thinks.
Yep.
That's how the White Sox should run this season, is do the opposite of their instincts.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun case study. See what happens.
I think the team would get really good.
Yeah.
Well, the White Sox were at the Guardians in Cleveland, delayed an hour for the total eclipse in the park, as they called it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because of a first base coach. I'm like, oh, come on.
No. Well, he was probably watching the eclipse, too, as the White Sox players were as well. That delayed their loss, well, for an hour, to 4-0 loss. So the White Sox are up to their second worst start in history. They were founded, as the Sioux City Cornhuskers in 1894. So it goes back to that squad, even being the worst in history, the second worst, I should say.
It sounds like an insult. Like, you corn husker.
See, Kenzie, I did this earlier in sports. I didn't know if I was going to get canceled. It sounds like a weird, is it okay to say Cornhusker?
Yeah, because isn't Nebraska's team isn't that a thing?
Well, Sioux City was in Iowa, so same thing, probably corn in Iowa too.
The University of Nebraska is the Cornhuskers.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So they didn't cancel it yet, right?
No, it's not. I think Florida State's first on the list. They got to get rid of the Seminoles, and then they'll get to the Cornhuskers.
Why? What's a Seminole?
It's Indian.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why they do the chop.
Yeah, you got to check out their logo sometime.
They do that chop.
Well, stop doing it,
I honestly
Brian.
did not know that.
I just did the chop to show Kenzie what they do, and now I'm canceled
Stop
for
doing the
just
chop, Brian.
But this is education.
But you have this big smile on your face while you're doing it, like you're getting away with
I
something.
gotta admit, it's kind of fun. I know why they do it now.
I did not know that. A Seminole? It doesn't sound like a Native American thing.
What do you want it to sound like?
It sounds like it sounds very like technology to me. I thought it was like a rocket or something.
I'll tell you what, Kenzie, if you look at their logo,
Yeah.
it's not trying to hide it at
Why
all.
don't you Google Florida State Seminoles?
I've never done that.
However, it could be a Blackhawk situation where they've worked with the Native Americans that, Chief Blackhawk, and they're all good. You know what I mean? They're all fine with it.
I don't know.
I don't know either with Florida State Seminoles. I don't know. Never did a deep dive on it.
That's tomorrow in sports.
9:33. We'll get that for you tomorrow.
Wow, you learn something every day, though.
Purdue, after a great first half, got slaughtered by UConn and eluded their first championship. But boy, Edie had a great game. Zach Edey, the 7'4", and here was how it ended with UConn taking the title back-to-back.
It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions. Number one lives up to the billing. They defeat Purdue 75-60.
Nothing like a college marching band. That's fun. That's fun right there. That band jumping in right there.
I enjoy any marching band.
You like a marching band, Kenzie? You like a marching band?
Oh, I like the good ones, like the Drumline. You ever seen that movie?
I have seen that movie.
Kick ass.
Yeah, it's a good one.
What's the movie Drumline about?
Oh, no. Is this the one you have to watch?
That doesn't sound like something I want to watch. It doesn't sound like something a lot of people have seen.
No. It's
Wow, a lot of people saw Drumline.
Didn't think you were going to hit Kenzie on that one, did you?
I didn't.
Jeez, Case.
Who's in
Educate
Drumline?
yourself.
Are there
Nick
any
Cannon.
stars?
Nick Cannon.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know we were dealing with A-listers here.
Okay. First off, Nick Cannon is a pretty big celebrity. Just because he got a lot of people pregnant doesn't mean he's not. Okay.
Well, you can make the argument that he probably wouldn't have got people pregnant if he wasn't a celebrity.
That's true.
That's not true.
You think he would have had 9 kids anyway?
I know a lot of average Joes who'd be knocking people up.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Lauren's coming in to take you through the rest of a pretty glorious-looking Tuesday here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Has more chances with the Chili Peppers trip. She'll tell you when and where. She will be dropping that word for you, a chance to go see the Chili Peppers on tour, anywhere you want to go. First takeaways from you guys on today's show with Brian and Kenzie, 312-591-8300. Case, what do you got?
Adam from Northwest Indiana checked in. He said his takeaway is that Brian walked out of the library waving his glasses, telling women and children to suck it.
Those Eclipse glasses were a hard get.
I'm glad you got them, though.
Oh, suck it, kids. Kenzie, what do you got?
Jesse texted in and said, Dry Rub and Dad is now an honorary Latino.
It's very
And I don't know what is going on.
It's a proud day for me.
Not good.
Finally, Miranda and Elmhurst checked in. Even people that go to France think learning French is a waste of time. Learn Spanish, kids out there. Don't ever try to go learn French. Case, what do you got on the podcast? It might help people understand what we talked about in these takeaways.
Well, you're going to want to listen to the podcast where Brian was anointed honorary Latino for the day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Not for the day, forever.
No.
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 No one said anything about the day. It's forever.
It's like you just ripped his badge off. He looks so pissed.
Yeah. A day? No. Well, listen to the
Well,
podcast.
soak it up. Figure out what you want to do for today.
Well,
How are you going to spend the day as an honorary Latino?
I'm going to Cafe El Tapatia.
Uh-huh.
Eat as many enchiladas as I can.
Oh, good for you.
What else can I do?
Probably listen to the Gypsy Kings.
Ooh. Or Los Lobos, La Bamba.
Uh-huh.
Richie! I'm going to watch La Bamba, too.
Oh,
That's
my
it.
God.
Yep.
That is really, if you're going to spend any time today, listen to that podcast where Brian was anointed an honorary Latino. I think that'd be a great use of your time if you missed that conversation.
Forever, not the day.
Okay. All that and more, Brian and Kenzie podcast found wherever you listen to your podcasts.
I like Spotify. Maybe you go to Apple, whatever. It's all there for you.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.